Welcome back to CEO Central, the last one before Christmas. I hope you all get a nice break, relax, recharge the batteries and come back in 2012 sharp as a tack. I know I will. Look, two main issues to talk about today. The first, obviously, the continuation of our campaign against mandatory pre-commitment. The second, the introduction of a significant piece of club legislation by the New South Wales Parliament. Firstly, on to mandatory pre-commitment. Some significant events in Canberra just last week. Peter Slipper is the new Speaker of the House. Harry Jenkins has gone to the Labor backbench. And the question is, how does that change our situation? Well, I mean, obviously, Andrew Wilkie's threat to bring down the government now rings hollow. That doesn't mean that the government is going to desert Andrew Wilkie, but it certainly means that that threat that we heard hundreds of times, we probably won't hear again. Give me what I want or else I'm going to undo the government. His power is now substantially reduced. But there is still an agreement between him and the Prime Minister, and that includes what is called full pre-commitment and some other things besides. So we cannot take our foot off the pedal here. We need to keep campaigning. We need to keep talking to our people in our clubs, our directors, our members, our staff, our business supporters, our community groups, our sporting teams. Keep telling them that mandatory pre-commitment won't work, but it will hurt. Posters, coasters, you know the routine. We need to keep talking to people until common sense prevails. When will that be? I just don't know. We are prepared to go right through to the next election in October 2013 if that's necessary. We hope we don't have to do that. We hope that something happens before then, but we have no way of knowing that. So over the Christmas break, there will still be media. There will still be strong interest in this, but we will work up towards May next year. That's the deadline that Andrew Wilkie has set. We may see legislation early in the new year, perhaps in February or March. We expect that to call for the introduction of mandatory pre-commitment, which I don't need to tell you we strongly and vigorously oppose and will continue to do so. So let's keep going over the break, right through early next year, and let's see what the political gods deliver to us. Moving on to a new piece of legislation that comes out of the Memorandum of Understanding with the New South Wales Government. It's a comprehensive bill. It passed only a week or so ago, and it covers off many of the commitments that Barry O'Farrell, Andrew Stoner and George Souris made before the last election. And look, it's an important piece of legislation. It's detailed in Circular 11191. I would encourage you to go and read that circular and digest the 7 or 8 pages that are there. It's important that we understand where we're going. It does a few things. First of all, some key reforms that we've been after. It repeals 41X, the Royal Commission style powers that the government had. It removes a poker machine entitlement forfeiture on transfers between amalgamated premises. It introduces a defence for club managers into the Liquor Act, and it introduces a range of corporate governance measures that really emanate from the IPART review, that comprehensive review of clubs that concluded back in 2008. A couple of those are noteworthy. The government has said that the legislation will give it the reserve power to require the number of club directors to be capped at 9, to introduce mandatory director and manager training, to allow clubs to appoint directors who are non-members, and to introduce a triennial rule if the need should arise. Clubs need to keep in mind that these are powers that need to be activated via regulation, and these haven't been developed yet. Clubs New South Wales will set up a working party that will involve managers, directors and legal practitioners, and we will work through those issues and make sure that what comes out is suitable for our industry. But the government's message is clear. Our corporate governance structures do need changing. These are not measures that are going to affect our good clubs. These are measures that are going to increase the general standard of corporate governance, which we need to do. So that's it for 2011. It's been a mad year. When we write the history of the club movement again, I'm sure it will figure prominently. But that's it. We'll see you next year. Thanks for tuning in, and more than anything, thank you for all your support.